Zoological classification. Definition. The zoological or biological classification is defined as the science of identifying, naming, and grouping of living organisms. It is the ordered grouping of organisms on the basis of their relationship, that is, of association by contiguity, similarity, or both. In other words, all animals and plants are placed in a series of increasingly specialized groups because of similarities in structure, origin, molecular composition, etc., that indicate a common relationship. Foundations or steps for construction of classification. Classification depends on three major factors. 1. Assembling of phaena into populations and population into species. 2. Gathering species into species groups and formal taxa. 3. Ranking taxa into hierarchy of categories. Classification becomes necessary because there are, presently, over 1.5 million species of animals presently on Earth and 12,000 species of fossils. It is also estimated that 3 to 10 million of living and fossil species are yet to be discovered. Along with many similarities, animal species also exhibit a great deal of variation in form, structure, mode of life, and various other aspects. Therefore, due to the presence of variations and similarities among the organisms, a comprehensive study of the vast diversity of organisms is required. Therefore, they were organized around a standard which is termed as classification system. The importance or significance of zoological classification. To understand the complex biodiversity, an ability to recognize similarities and differences among the organisms is required. Classification system not only clarifies relationships among organisms but helps us to remember the identity and trait of organisms. The importance of biological classification can be explained as follows. 1. It is easy to learn and quite possible to remember the characteristics of vast diversity of organisms if we classify them into categories. The members of categories share many characteristics. 2. Classification system enables us to predict precisely from the characteristics of one organism of a category, the characteristics of other organisms that are included in that category. As for example, female mammalian species produce milk for their offspring, then we can quite certain about a newly observed mammal that it will possess other mammalian traits such as presence of hair, constant body temperature, etc. 3. Classification system, also, improves our ability to explain relationships among organisms. As for example, the construction of evolutionary pathways establishes the relationship among the organisms. Process of zoological classification. In classification, animals are grouped on the basis of degree of similarities among them. The process of classification is not static but changes continually in the light of new information and ideas, and the addition of new species are going on continually. There are two distinct processes in the classification, which are frequently carried out at the same time. The establishment of equivalent features of the object to be classified and their grouping on the basis of their features. The function-purpose of classification. In pre-Linnaean days, the sole purpose of classification was to serve as an identification key. Today, a classification serves multiple purposes, both practical and theoretical. The main purpose of classification is to keep track of the diversity and numbers of more than 1 million species and provision for the discovery of new ones.